you mean what are you saying? Wow, that's amazing. Okay, bye. I love you. Yes. Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and dear guests. I was born in a very religious family in Afghanistan, and such families traditionally get their children married in early young ages. When I was in high school, sometimes my parents used to ask me like, do you want to marry? Or is there any girl that you really like and want to? I actually said about a girl who was in our neighborhood. And it was just in the level of kidding, not just serious. But I did like that girl. In 2015, when I was only 17 years old, I just entered to university. One day, I received a call from my mom. And she said, hey, I have a good news for you. I said, oh, what's the news? And she said, do you remember about that girl that you told us that you like her? Yes, I remember, Mom. But what happened to her? No, nothing happened. But actually, me and your father, we spoke with her parents to set up your engagement with her. Yeah, and they agreed. To be honest, I was so happy at first. Wow, I'm getting married. But I always getting opposite ideas from people around me and friends. They used to say to me, why do you even marry right now? How do you even think of that? You're only 17, you just started university. You have a long future ahead of you. It is not the right time for you. It kind of convinced me, and I thought, yeah, you're right. And it took a little time for me to make myself believe that it was not a good thing for me. Maybe it was a very big step in my life, but it was not a right step. And I decided to talk with my parents to forget about it. And I talked to them and said, and explained everything. I know you want the good things for me, and I'm not ready for this right now. I want to study, I want to accomplish my education and find a job. Maybe in the future I could think about that. But my mom was just pissed off. Are you kidding me? I already talked to them. I gave my word. How can I cancel that? You can't do that. We make this engagement. We discussed a lot. We negotiated a lot about that. Once everyone was okay, except my mom. And even other family members like my uncles, my aunts were involved into that. And we all talked to my mom, please, can you just cancel that? And finally, we reached an agreement to not do that and let me be single. And even sometimes still my mom complains about that. But I think she understood that I was right. And when I was checking my project objectives, my project description, I saw there are like types of negotiation and strategies of negotiation. There was competitive negotiation strategy, accommodating, compromising, and collaborative negotiation strategy. Competitive is like, I win, you lose. One side win and one side lose. It is a very result-oriented strategy. You just want the result. You may hurt the other's feeling. You may break the relationship, but you do want to get your result. Accommodating is like I lose and you win. And compromising is a kind of a strategy that I win and I may lose some. You win and you may lose some. And the collaborative negotiation strategy is like, it is a very ideal strategy that I win and you win. It's not that much result oriented. Actually, both sides want the result. but at the same time, they care about the relationship. They follow the interests of each other. But for me, the other side was my parents. When the other side of negotiation is someone that you care, it's kind of hard because you have to think about them too. To not make them feel bad or to not even maybe lose them. But and yeah, to not maybe even lose them. And my strategy was kind of collaborative because we both won, and we still have the same relationship that we used to have. And maybe even compromising strategy was that year because I won, I got the result, but I lost something. Do you know what I lost? I lost her. To wrap up my speech, ladies and gentlemen, if you get such situation in your life and you need to negotiate for an outcome, first think about the outcome. If the result is very important for you in your life, you have to fight for that and resist. You can use any kind of strategy, but be careful that every strategy is not suitable for every situation. See the situation and see the people who are negotiating with, and then implement your strategies and go ahead. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mohammed, for interesting speech.